For the last 10 years, FAIR has been an incredible representative of the food allergic community, leading advocacy, education, and research for 32 million Americans directly impacted by food allergies and 85 million Americans indirectly impacted. I'm Adam Miller, and I've been with FAIR from the beginning. Literally, I helped merge FAN and FAI to create FAIR, which today is the largest voluntary health nonprofit in the world addressing food allergies. Now, in celebration of 10 years, we're going to ask the whole FAIR family the same 10 questions to give you insights on our history and what's coming next from FAIR. Question number 1, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, my name is Marion, and I am the Director of Nutrition Services at the Jaffe Food Allergy Institute at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, where I also serve as Assistant Professor of Pediatrics. I'm a registered dietitian.
Question number 2, what is your connection to food allergies and FAIR?
So my connection to food allergies is not personal. My connection to food allergies started when I started working at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai and the Food Allergy Institute. And the very first research study I did, we evaluated the food allergy educational needs of pediatric dietitians. And we found that pediatric dietitians really knew very little about food allergies. And I knew that coming from a background of working in early intervention and not really having a lot of food allergy background. So I spent a lot of time developing food allergy educational materials and working with my partner, Karina Venter. We have developed a food allergy education program for pediatric food allergy education program, and it's actually hosted on the FAIR learning platform. And right now we have 60 dietitians that are enrolled in our class. They're not only dietitians, we have physicians, we have allergy fellows, we have nurses. So we're covering a broad spectrum of healthcare practitioners who really are interested in learning about how to help their families manage their food allergies better.
In your opinion, how does the world of food allergy look different today than it did 10 years ago?
10 years ago, the world of food allergies, I think, looked really different. We have more information now based on some of the research that has been supported by FAIR, looking at prevention, looking at early introduction of allergens, looking at treatment of food allergies. We did a study at Mount Sinai that was led by Dr. Hugh Sampson and Dr. Anya Novak-Vegrans, looking at the tolerance of baked milk and baked egg proteins in patients who are allergic to milk and egg, and found that 70 to 80% of those patients actually tolerated milk and egg proteins if they were baked into a baked good. Now, that's not 100%, and we would never ask somebody to do this at home because obviously some of those patients are going to react. But for those patients who can tolerate these ingredients, that really was a life-changing event for them. They suddenly could go to a restaurant and not worry about coming across cross-contact of milk or egg in the foods that they ordered, because if they were baked in particular. They could buy breads, they could buy a cookie, they could eat muffins, and these were things that were really very helpful and changed the course of that food allergy for those families. And there is some belief that incorporating these baked milk and egg proteins in the diet can actually serve as a form of immunotherapy, can help them to become more tolerant to unheated milk and egg proteins a little bit sooner.
Question number 4, what do you wish you knew in 2012 that you know today?
Oh yeah, I wish I had bought a brownstone in Brooklyn.
Crystal ball time. What breakthroughs would you like to see 10 years from now?
So in the next 10 years, I think as a dietitian, I'd really like to see more emphasis on nutrition in helping families to manage food allergies. We've always thought about nutrition in terms of if they're avoiding something, we have to substitute so that there aren't any nutritional deficiencies. But I think that we should be thinking more about how do we identify a healthy diet for infants, for toddlers, for children, and for adults who are living with food allergies. How do we support their immune system and stop focusing just on preventing deficiencies?
FAIR's made so many connections over the last decade. Can you think of an important connection FAIR made for you?
So actually, FAIR has helped us make a connection to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and right now I am collaborating with my partner Karina Venter and Scott Sisher and John James, who are two world-renowned physicians, and we're writing a textbook for its healthcare practitioners how to manage food allergies. And this is actually a really important endeavor because we know that the food allergy educational needs, not only of dietitians, but other healthcare practitioners are really pretty significant. So we're hoping that this textbook that we're writing will help to educate these healthcare providers so that they can make the world a better place for families that are living with food allergies.
What misconception about food allergies would you like to clarify or rectify for the world?
So I think the biggest misconception about food allergies that I would like to clarify or to clear up is that food intolerances and food sensitivities are not the same thing as food allergy. And I think that's an important distinction that people really need to understand, that food allergies are serious and food sensitivities and food intolerance are really bothersome. But it's not the same thing as a food allergy.
What's your favorite or least favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. I'm a dietitian, so I have lots of favorite foods and they're not all healthy. It's hard to pick just one, but I would say roasted Brussels sprouts are probably my favorite food. In addition to Brussels sprouts, anything with lemon on it.
Just a quick follow-up. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? I would say no. I think it's a generational question. My mother calls a hamburger a sandwich, so I'm assuming she would call a hot dog a sandwich. But my mother is 100 years old, so I think in her generation, anything that comes between two slices of bread is a sandwich. To me, a hot dog is a hot dog.
Last question. For everyone watching us now, why should they donate to FARE?
So FARE provides advocacy, it helps with research, it educates people. All of these things are passions of mine. I think that FARE really supports families with food allergies and helps them to live better lives. And that's really the goal of anybody that's working in allergy and immunology, to help support families live better lives with food allergies. And that's what FARE is about.